let's talk about gloves. What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about something, like I said, let's talk about gloves, that is very near and dear to me. I use gloves a lot in my line of work. There's a lot of things I want to protect my hands from. You guys know how gloves work, but I'm going to give you a little bit of over information, if you will, anyway on it, and then talk about my criteria for gloves. All right. Now, as you know, gloves are to protect your hands, but you're also aiming, at least in some lines of work, to have the dexterity to do things like write reports or open doors or pull your keys out of your pocket, etc. Right? So the more protective a glove is, and it starts journeying into the tactical glove realm all the way up to the, let's say, welding glove realm, the less dexterous it is, as you probably know for those of you who work in those kind of fields, and less capable you are of fine motor skills. The more dexterous a glove is, short of cut finger gloves or other tactical looking, or loud gloves as we call them, the less protective they are. In fact, all the way to cut off finger gloves, you'll have exposed fingers, etc. So what I'm looking for in my criteria for gloves is a couple of things. One is touchscreen compatibility, the ability to use my phone real quick, hit some buttons, simple things like that. Two is protection. I want to protect my hand from impact or from sharp objects, something that might jab, poke, or otherwise ruin my day. And then third is that dexterity, the ability to write reports, the ability to tie my shoes, put a bullet in a magazine, something very simple like this. I think I may have found the Holy Grail here, but it had with a few notes in it from Philleywood gloves. This one is a collaboration with Aught Design. I believe they're called the Cortex gloves. They seem to be made of really fine materials, really good materials, and I'll touch on those a little bit later in this video. I want to preface this, I'm a big fan of Aught Design and what they make. They seem to go by great textiles. Any kind of company they collaborate with, they seem to do their research on and make sure that they're putting their name behind something that's quality built. I don't have quality control issues when I buy stuff from Aught Design, and I don't feel like everything you wear from them looks like tactical gear, even though it uses tactical textiles. Moving on from that, Philleywood I had not heard of before this, but they use real leather. If that's not your thing and you want vegan leather, I don't know if that's something they offer on their website, but what I did find was real leather, salvaged leather, and other products that they use in their gloves. These gloves were really good. I will give you a little bit of a note on this. If you buy them, don't expect out of the box, you pull them on, they're perfect, comfortable, 100%. There is a break-in period for these. Like anything that's real leather, you're gonna get to quote unquote fit like a glove. It's gonna be very tight. And you're gonna need to move it, squeeze it, squeeze your hands like this, get used to the motion. And as you do, you can see even in my hands here, where the phalanges bend, where my hand is, it really does hug to the shape of your hands. And it really allows for a lot of dexterity and movement. I'm a big fan of these. Now I'm gonna compare these gloves to my other pair here. These are Pig Deltas. I believe they're the FD full dexterity. I was told that the back is some kind of sheepskin and the palm obviously is some kind of soft, supple leather. I don't know if it's real leather or vegan leather. I got it for a pretty good price tag of about $60, give or take, on sale. These are my main go-to gloves, or at least they were before Philleywood. And the thing I liked about them was they're touchscreen compatible on the index finger and thumb on both gloves. They're very dexterous, they're very thin, and I could just pull them on, pull them off as I needed to. This is where we're gonna journey kind of though into what I didn't like about them. They were a little too far into the dexterity realm like we talked about at the beginning of this video, and they start wearing out pretty quick. we start having, you know, fraying. Some of the string comes out of there for the design, makes it a little more uneven. And I mean, you can see these are pretty worn out. I've been wearing these for a couple of months, but they're decent gloves. However, they probably aren't as durable as I need for my line of work and for what I use them for. Getting back to these Philleywoods over here, let's talk about what I like and what I don't like about Philleywood now. Philleywood gloves are very comfortable. There is that break-in period. Up until they're broken in, it's pretty tight fit. It's still fairly tight, but I've been breaking them in for the last week or so to test them. I've taken them driving. As you can see, there's a kind of a palm sole right here. I put that on the steering wheel and I can steer kind of with an open palm, do a little bit of light steering, kind of stuff like that. I've got this cross hatch in the gloves, as you can see, where I can grip something and it gives me really good textile. So that's what I do like about it. I love how durable they are. I love how they seem very stylish gloves, like almost like old school driving gloves. And I really like that, but they offer the protection of tactical gloves. Let's talk about some of the things maybe I'm not a big fan of here. I'm going to start with the touchscreen compatibility. It is supposed to be touchscreen compatible on the index fingers and the thumbs, just like the Pig Deltas, but unfortunately, we don't have that as much. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying that any kind of fine typing, I could text with my Pig Deltas. I can't really with this, and maybe it's a practice skill. I know every finger's different and there's no way they could get this perfect, so I'm not faulting Philleywood for this. They are still very high quality gloves, but it's something where I'm taking the glove off, putting it back on again, which brings me to the next issue I have. I'm not a big fan of, but I'm not sure I hate yet, and that is they use these clasp buttons right here. These buttons are one of those typical, you know, click it in place. It's kind of a little bit of a pain to do with one hand here, but it clips in place, but it's very easy to knock off. So when I use these for, you know, hard work, whether I'm picking up something or trying to get in through a doorway with it or whatever, I can hit the edge of this and it pops right off, which makes it easy to get on and take off again. However, a little too easy to pop off and then I have to readjust them again. That's what I don't like about it. Other than that, these gloves really are as close to meeting my criteria to a T as I could ask for. Now let's come over here and we'll take a look at what comes with the Philleywood gloves. Now you order these, they're done in limited runs, so I'm gonna let you know right up front, they're fairly pricey. They're about $160-ish right now, or at least last I looked. But they come with a box that they come in. This one, like I said, was a collab with Aught Design. That's Aught Design's logo. This is Philleywood's logo. In the box, you'll get the gloves, of course, and they'll be attached by a little bit of a dog tag looking thing here, made of a sample of leather. It'll give you a button that you can put on something, you know, rep the product, and some stickers. Now I had a bunch, I already put them on my notepads and stuff. I thought they were neat. So it comes with that. Here is a certificate of authenticity. Like I said, Cortex gloves, Sherwood camo style, batch number 2. It's number 4 of 69. So limited run. PhilleywoodxTAD design gloves. These gloves are constructed in California from UK tanned and treated leather. They use premium sport goat skin and keratin, which is this cut stuff right here, this laser cut stuff. It's used at the palm and knuckle of the gloves. It's treated to increase abrasion protection and durability on the skin. It's the key to technology. Its unique etched diamond surface, which is bonded to leather's fiber structure and allows the leather to retain its flexibility and maximum abrasion resistance. I think that's impressive. It also tells you, explains the camo printing, where it's got premium sport sheepskin of Ethiopian origin, and it'll talk about how to take care of these gloves, give you all kinds of that. They also gave me a letter from Paul of Philleywood saying thank you. This, as far as I know, comes with every product because I didn't warn him I was gonna do anything. No money exchanged hands. There was no pre-communication I was gonna review this. I bought it and said, you know what? I really want to try reviewing these gloves. Let's see how it goes. And then I put them through the paces. And then it's all nice and wrapped up. The gloves are wrapped up in here. And again, thank you letter from Paul. It looks like it's handwritten right here. I'm not gonna give you all the letters, and they gave me a 15% off code for my next purchase. Overall, I feel like these are guys I would do business with again, and depending on how long these gloves last, if they have a long life, I may just buy them for style items at that point. Anyways, like I was saying, some of these tests come in hand with dexterity check. I like to test gloves by seeing if I can write freely. I'll take a notepad and a pen, and if I can comfortably still write a letter, I say, you know, hi, how are you? And it looks okay. It looks like my handwriting, and I don't feel like it's too lumpy and large to write a letter with. I know that I have enough dexterity to write a report or something with that. I also will test it loading a magazine. I'll take one of my personal defense weapons, take a 9mm round, put it in, load it up. As you can see, you can keep that dexterity no problem. That'll go where it needs to go. And then I will, if I can't tie a shoe with these gloves on, then I am not going to probably keep the gloves very long. So what I do is I test run my ability to tie my shoes and make sure that I don't have to take the gloves off to do that, right? If I run into a snag with that where I can't tie my shoes, which seems like a very simple task, then these gloves are not dexterous enough, which means that I've probably journeyed too hard into the protection realm. And you'd be surprised how many tactical gloves there are out there, the hard knuckle kind, stuff like that, or the work gloves like welding gloves, stuff like that, that you can't tie your shoes without taking your gloves off. Anyway, that is my review of Philleywood. If you guys are seeing this video, thank you very much for putting out a really good quality product in triple aught design. If you saw this, as you know, I'm a fan of your guys' products. I'm wearing your pants, your shoes, shirt, and now these gloves, and I think they'll be serving me well for a long time to come. If you guys like this video, please, of course, hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. I have more coming. We'll be going out on all kinds of adventures here soon and a couple surprises. If you are a creator who wants me to test and review a product of yours, go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram at Adventurous_Ladd. We can work something out. That's all I've got for you guys. Stay safe, and until next time.